You've just tuned into Women, Wisdom, and the Word with your hosts,
Pastor Tehila,
Minister Tamara Murray,
Minister David Williams,
Minister Bridget Norvell.
And remember, you can never overdose on wisdom.
Good afternoon, Central Florida. How are you today? Welcome to Women, Wisdom, and the Word. You have your hosts,
Pastor Tehila.
And we're here sitting in the studio. So if you want to engage in a conversation, the telephone number is 407-894-1680. Log on to www.wokbradio.com. That's wokbradio.com. We're on for an hour. Let your friends know, let everyone know that we are on the air. Well, today we have a special guest in the studio. We're going to talk to him for a little while. And we're a little upset with him because it is 12 o'clock noon and it is lunchtime, but he didn't bring us any food.
Yeah, I got the message wrong. I was told that we were having lunch today, and I get here and there's no lunch.
You see, you see how these women just dropped it? They're very upset with you. But let's talk about who is in the studio.
Yes.
Dr. I have to remember this. Yeah. Dr. Peter Daley from Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. Caribbean Sunshine Bakery is an enterprise that evolved about 20 years ago in Orlando, Florida. Peter Daley, who is the owner and chief chef. You hear how she says chief chef.
Oh, yes.
Is an extraordinary young Jamaican entrepreneur who started his first bakery in May 1992. Today, after total and hard work, Peter has turned his dream to a large enterprise. He has over, I say, 4 now?
Well, 3.5.
3.5. How do you have 3.5 bakeries?
We branched out there. Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I must apologize for that.
It's actually noon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Lunchtime.
Yes, lunchtime food.
Oxtails.
Yes, curry goat.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't talk
Actually,
about
we have a special table set up for you guys after the show to come down. Come to the
There
restaurant.
is a God in heaven. Yes.
Yeah.
Glenn, did you hear that?
We have a special table.
It's a table for four. A table for four.
A table for 4. Well, as a Sunshine franchise, you expanded. So tell us a little about.
Yeah, the half came in a few months ago when we decided to do an inception at the John Young location, serving soul food. Yeah, it's a different take on food, but food is international, as you know. But since there's a brand new market opened up for soul food, we decided to try to meet their demand, and we opened the soul food inside the John Young location.
Yes.
Okay, so you sell soul food and Caribbean food.
Caribbean food in that store. Yeah.
I've seen it. The place is amazing.
Wow.
The place is just amazing. You need to visit this place. You need to see it. It's just more than, it's just not food. It's more than food. It's about culture. You know, it's about learning. And when I entered in this place, there's a section, a part where some merchandises are being sold and
Souvenirs,
T-shirts,
and
souvenirs, and
a lot of cultural artifacts down there.
I want to talk about the soul food for a minute, though. So you got fried chicken and collard greens and cornbread and black-eyed peas.
Meatloaf,
You're getting us hungry here. Before we go into Dr. Daley, and I know, Pastor, you brought him on the show for a particular topic. What is our topic today?
nutrition.
Yes. And
yes.
I don't think you just helped us with all that food. But we're going to talk about some announcements, and there's some announcements we have today about what's going on with Forward in Faith Ministry. As you know, this show is sponsored by Forward in Faith Ministries, and we always have some great upcoming events and
yes.
entertainment and anything that has to do with edifying and encouraging the body of Christ.
Yes. We are having a night of power this Friday, August the 10th. and we'll be starting from 10 p.m. Some people call it a night vigil or night prayer, however you want to term it. We are having a fantastic night. This event will be held at our location at 11609 South Orange Blossom Trail, suite number 204. And as I've said already, it will begin from about 10 p.m. Thank you, Miss Benita. We won't be having Bible study this Friday because of our the special service that we're having, and we're having an awesome woman of God.
Yes,
coming all the way from Indiana, Pastor Margaret. It's gonna take your breath away. It's a night of just really seeking God, coming to know your purpose and plan in God. I believe there's some deliverance in there that's going to be taking place. So, hey, come and join us. It's open to everyone. We're going to have a fantastic time. And following on to that, on August the 17th, this is a Friday, we are having our fundraising concert, and we are going to be having Sovereign in the House. And it's also the day that we're going to pick out the winners for our raffle. We're having a 3 days, 2 nights at a luxury 5-star Disney vacation resort. We're having gift cards, dinner for 2, and lots more fabulous door prizes.
Now that vacation, we're raffling?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And it's $25 per ticket. It's worth it.
For 3 days at Disney at a resort, yes.
Well, 5-star.
Yes.
Luxury. And it's $25. And this, I believe, it'll be good for a family. So please come and join us Friday, ruffling off our 3 days and 2 nights at a luxury 5-star Disney vacation resort. And it's being sponsored by, I think I would probably need...
Sovereign Vacation Home.
A Sovereign Vacation Home.
Yeah. Somewhere we're going to be for preparing to be a wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We're going to be at the vacation home.
Listen, Central Florida, we need to support because this is a business, and the owner is a Christian, and he gives. I mean, they give to the community. They give to... for instance, we at Ford and Faith Ministries, we have really, really enjoyed what they just do out there to support, to stand together, particularly with, for us, a small ministry. Minister Tamara, I think you agree with me that they have just been out there to support us. So,
they have.
Oh, yeah. And I think we've got some more information on them. And
I have the information. I can
yes.
After the show.
Wonderful. And we also have our Prepared to be a Wife soul retreat from the kitchen through to the bedroom. And we are going to be touching on all aspects of marriage, relationships. Hear this, it's all about relationships. Every woman, anyone who was born with a womb, you are welcome. You are welcome to come in our midst.
Put that. Born with a womb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
you have to clarify those things.
Yes. It's a little bit of a boot camp as well, for us women to get us back into shape with our relationships, in our marriages, our children, every kind of relationship that affects a woman. So we are going to be having this on August the 23rd to the 25th. Again, in a luxurious resort. I cannot wait, and following on to that, this is now in September, right at the end of September, the 27th through to Sunday, the 30th, we are going to be having our National Women's Conference, and it will be held at the Renaissance Orlando Airport Hotel. It's going to be something to behold.
Wow.
We're having women from all over the world coming in. And, for some of you, I think it's an opportunity that, you're meeting my mother. She's definitely making her way here from London. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I believe also some of the women who have gone to shape who I am and, how I came to be in ministry. and how I came to do the work of God, they will be there.
Wow.
Yes, and our greatest mentor, we are praying for Dr. Yuna Guti, who is the wife and also co-founder in some of the ministries that I have started in our church. We are praying that she'll be with us, and we believe that she's going to be with us. We're so excited about that. Well, those are the announcements.
Wow. Well,
how did I do today?
You did a great job.
Oh, Glenn, come on.
Oh,
yes,
you did a great job.
Yes.
Sovereign Vacation Home, if you want to know more information about that, is www.sovereignworldvacation.com. That's sovereignworldvacations.com. You can contact Mr. Leslie at 407-219-0459. That's 407-219-0459. And matter of fact, that's Miss Lisa. That is his wife. They do work together. That's a great couple that works together.
I'm telling you, beautiful,
yes,
beautiful
couple that works together.
And they'll be with us this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Sovereign will be in the house at Ford and Faith Ministries.
Okay.
This Sunday from 1:30. Do join us.
Yes. Well, that is the announcement, and we're just going to do a little quick in the news. In the news today, I know that Glenn, we're going to do in the news. And in the news today, did you hear about Gabby Douglas? Now, let me explain who Gabby Douglas is. Everyone knows who Gabby Douglas is. I don't think anyone that knows doesn't know who Gabby Douglas is. And you know, she just won the gold individual gymnastics last week. And her mom, Natalie Hawkins, has been one to the reaction of relief. Because this girl's been training for years, been doing a lot of things to get where she's at today. But after the big happiness and hoopla, it's sad to me to mention that Miss Hawkins, that's her mom, found herself defending her daughter about the criticism of her hair.
Yes.
Well, they have to find something to target.
But it's African Americans that was complaining that her hair wasn't up to par.
Wow.
And want her to come to, telling her she needs to go to a salon.
And get a weave.
Get a weave.
Is that what they want her to do?
It's just amazing.
Well, my take of it is, if she did have the hair like, the other people, there would be more criticism saying that she's not roots enough.
Yes.
She's moving from her culture and she's trying to be like the other people.
So you can't really win.
Exactly.
No.
I mean,
just be yourself.
I like that.
Just be yourself.
Yes.
Let her do what she does, and let God work through the plan that He has for her. That's media.
And that's not the focus.
sensationalism.
Yeah, they're looking for something. That's not the focus. She has accomplished something phenomenal.
And it's not even the media. It's actually regular people talking about her out there. And even the other side is saying, what is wrong with them?
Right. Where does that stem from? Where does that stem from? That you have to find something when she's what she's accomplished. It has to be something in you. Some insecurity, something wrong, where you have to pull that out.
There's a story that is told, and just give me a minute. Just hear this. They said there were 3 pots that were put on fire. One pot had filled with Caucasian in it, and the other pot were filled with Asian, and the other pot had us people of color. The first pot, they said, make sure you put a lid on it. You have to put a lid on it. Don't put stones on top of it to make sure that they can't come out. And do the same thing with the Asian pot. But for the people of color, leave it like that. Don't put a pot, nothing. So the guy goes, but why? Why the differences? So, well, you see, the Caucasians, they'll help each other to come out. So you have to be very careful. So will the Asians. They will help each other to come out. But the people of color, no, you don't have to do that, because they'll do it for themselves. They will pull each other down to remain in the pot, so we don't have to put anything on it.
Wow. Well,
which is so true.
You can never overdose on wisdom. That says it all.
Yeah, it's just a picture. It's we can look at it and laugh and so forth, but it's very true about ourselves.
Wow.
It's very true.
Well, if you want to engage in the conversation, call your Urban Empower Inspiration station. Contact us at 407-894-1680. That's one of in the news. Another thing in the news, Tom Joyner, the Tom Joyner Morning Show. He had a conversation on why he doesn't go to church. And there is a new group of people saying that they're called the unchurched. And they don't believe in the traditional church because it has let them down. So you now have people fighting against the unchurched, the church, and they call themselves the unchurched. It said the hypocrisy of the church minister appear so rampant. The cliques in the church, straggles, and the spiritual fellowship regarding the effect of spiritual social therapy. Church has become a den of money changers and a country club to go to an institution instead of a house of spiritual growth and development. So these are the things that they're saying. And the only reason why I'm putting that out there because, Pastor, we've been talking about that.
Yes,
and
we're
trying to pull people to the body of Christ. And this is the voices of the people why they won't step into the congregation. Let's talk about the pot again.
But not only that, I think that this is me now, Pastor Tehila. I've been in ministry for a few years, but before that I was a deacon, I was an elder, now I'm a pastor. I'm also a pastor's child. I'm a PK as well. And here's the thing. It is what is in you. It is what is in you. You don't want to submit. You don't want to be taught. There is no a learning spirit in you. It is who you are. You can't tell me about, how many of us liked our teachers at school? How many of us liked what went on at school, right? But we went to school because you knew that it was necessary. You would have had to sit down with this particular teacher maybe for a year or even two, and you probably would have hated the way they taught, but you sat there and you listened, and you had to pass that class, okay? And you're telling me today that you cannot come to church because I am church hurt. It is what is in you. Listen, this is the time. America, and this unchurched and church hurt phrases, it's only here. It's only, you go to Africa, the islands, you go to England, we have no idea about this phrase. No one wants to admit. Everybody wants to be a chief. And there are too many titles. Yes. Too many titles in the church.
I think
evangelist, pastor, and not too many people submitted to the Spirit of God.
I think we started something, and that's going to be a show.
That's
going to be a whole show. But for now, we do have our guests here, and we're going to go on a break for just a minute while we get ready and engage in the conversation. Yeah, we're gonna get past the down.
Just open up a can of worms.
Yes, we're gonna get. Ooh, woosah!
It's hot up in here right now.
Woosah!
Turn the AC up, please.
Yes, we might have to get some water here, but we're gonna go on a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to Peter, Dr. Peter Daley with Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. We'll be right back.
That's foolish.
Are you single, married, divorced, or a widow? Well, Daughter of Purpose and Removing the Mask present their Preparing to Be a Wife Soul Retreat, August 23rd through the 25th, 2012, hosted by Pastor Tehila Gutierrez and Pastor Bridget Norvell. For more information, just log on to www.getthe411.biz. That's www.getthe411.biz to register.
Forward in Faith Ministries, a ministry bounded by the Spirit of God. We are located 11609 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 204, Orlando, Florida. Our service times and days are following: Sunday, devotionals at 1:30, service at 2:30, ladies prayer meeting on Tuesdays at 7:30, Bible study and prayer on Fridays at 7:30. If you'd like to find out more about our ministry, log on to www.fifmorl.com.
This is WOKB, Winter Garden, Orlando, Gospel 1680.
Hello everyone, this is Benita. I am so happy and excited to invite you to join us for a spectacular fundraising event being held here at Forward in Faith Ministry Saturday, August 18th at 7:30 p.m. The address is 11609 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 204. We are currently raffling tickets for just $25 for chances to win 3 days at a Disney vacation home, Walmart gift cards, dinner for 2 gift cards, and much, much more. For more information, please contact me, Benita, at 407-486-9141 or visit us on our website, Forward in Faith Ministry website. That's FIFMORL.com.
Gospel 1680 WOKB.
Arise and shine prayer line, for the glory of the Lord is upon us. Please join us Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Telephone number 216-937-3949. Follow the prompts. Enter access code 395157. Sponsored by Forward in Faith Ministries.
Located at 11609 South Orange Blossom Trail.
Are you single, married, divorced, or a widow? Well, Daughter of Purpose and Removing the Mask present their Preparing to Be a Wife Soul Retreat, August 23rd through the 25th, 2012, hosted by Pastor Tehila Gutierrez and Pastor Bridget Norvell. For more information, just log on to www.getthe411.biz. That's www.getthe411.biz to register.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Women, Wisdom, and the Word. As we said before we went on a break, we have a special guest in the studio, and that's Dr. Peter Daley. And today the conversation is about nutrition. So, Pastor, you have the mic.
Yes, it's about food, everyone out there. Food. Well, I have been a recipient of the Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. We had a wedding 2 weeks ago. For some of you who were listening and have been listening and have been following us, we had a wedding for our Deacon David and Deacon Patience. Oh, thank you everyone for your prayers. It was fantastic. It was just great. And we had a cake that was made for us from the Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. It was so good. It was off the chain. We really enjoyed it. Some of us were a little bit, the rum.
Mention any names.
Yeah. But it was good.
What kind of cake was it?
It was a black cake.
It was a rum cake.
Yes.
A rum cake.
Yes. We're trying to be nice about it. And just in case you're not West Indian, you said this is a Christian show. Let's explain what a rum cake is, or a black cake.
Yes.
Is. So it's... Tell us. Yes.
Well, basically, a black cake is our traditional wedding cake, and we also use it for birthdays and good occasions, special occasions. What we do, we soak the fruits, raisins, cherries, currants, prunes, in wine and rum for a period of 3 months, sometimes more.
My grandma used to do it for a year.
Yeah. People do it to that. But in our business, we don't have that luxury.
Time.
So basically, it's at least 3 months out, and the food is well saturated with the rum and the wine, and it's port wine or red label wine as we use in the country, and the strong overproof rum. Real rum.
I didn't know what that was, so I had to keep tasting it to try to figure it out.
We experienced that.
I didn't know how they was going to explain if we got stopped by the police and say, I just ate cake. That's all I ate was cake.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why our liability insurance is so high.
Oh wow! So we really enjoyed the cake, but going beyond that, I visited your restaurant. I think that's your flagship right now.
Yeah, my benchmark right now.
Yes, and I love it. I love the whole place, and I can't wait until you. I think you're still
we're still
renovating.
The first few phases of our renovation. We're trying to get it done before the 20th celebration. But
do you know what I saw? I saw some private dining.
Yes, we have private dining areas.
You can actually have a private dining area.
Really?
You know, yeah. And I've never seen anything like this before. Well, just in movies, you know. And this was my first time to actually see it. And I think we went to Capitol Grill, and that was the only room that's there. And
the private dining area.
That's right. That's right. So he has something like that, and I thought this is so unique. It's an experience. It's not just about eating. I think when you go to the restaurant, you are walking into an experience culturally, you know, even with food and so forth. But the thing that I wanted to ask you today, I enjoy Caribbean food, particularly Jamaican food. You know, the rice and peas, the oxtail, you know, even the soups. So one thing that I saw and that I noticed is the price. We're looking at takeaways. You know, we have the McDonald's and we have all these other fast food outlets. But I believe Sunshine Bakery is on a different level altogether. It's not fast food as in fast food that we are accustomed to.
The microwave stuff.
Yeah. This is home cooking. This is restaurant cooking. You know. But it's expensive.
Well, you see, it's far from McDonald's and Burger King and the rest of chain restaurants. We actually have people who use pots and pans and actual ingredients, onions and peppers and garlic and fresh ingredients and seasons like that. And it's time consuming, first of all, but it's created with love. It's not just thrown together and you flip the burger and you put it on the fryer and this and that. It's none of that. Everything is made from scratch, pretty much. There's no frozen this that comes in that you have to thaw and throw it on the grill or whatever. Everything comes fresh. We prepare and season many of our meals overnight, as far as all the meats, and we prep certain ingredients to go in the final cooking stages of the meals. So there's basically 3 stages of the meals being prepared, you know, from the guy who cleans it up to the person who seasons to the cook who actually does the cooking, and then it goes out on the line. It's not fast food. I mean, you don't have to sit and wait, you know, half an hour to get served or for your meal to come out to you. It's pre-cooked, so you can come and just order and pick up in a matter of minutes. In that way, but it's not something that it's, like I said, thrown on a grill or thrown in the microwave for a couple minutes and it's served on the line. It's nothing like that.
It's in the preparation.
It's in the preparation.
And I think not only in the preparation, but also in the staff.
In the staff.
I saw that there were a lot of people there, you know, who were in different, you know,
different departments, different facets of preparation.
Yeah.
And they dress accordingly, because the butcher, well, not the butcher, the guy that prepares the meat, he's in his garb, and then the cook, they have their, you know, their gear on, and then the cashiers have different, you know, more relaxed, casual.
So you pay, you do pay for the experience.
Yeah.
You pay for the good food, if you like. So
and it's real meat. It's real meat. It's not the processed stuff that you get out, you know, they have the pre-fried burger or chicken nuggets and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. It's real chicken, real parts. We actually cut up the chicken ourselves, and we.
I like the way he said it's real meat, because I just heard someone that worked at a grocery store. They were told they were telling us, well, me for myself, that they had to put a drop of dye to make the meat
look red. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. They worked there, and they were, they cut up. They were a butcher, and they had to put the drop of dye in, and also the meat that's on top is not the good one. They were told to put all the good meat at the bottom.
Why?
That's their
Why?
protocol.
Can you
I don't work in
explain
that industry. I don't know.
Well, if anyone knows that reason out there, give us a call, 407-894-1680. That's 407-894-1680. And they're a big chain grocery store, and that's their protocol. They have to do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, our suppliers are big companies like Cisco and U.S. Foods and places like that, who a lot of them, they process the meat themselves. As far as they have their own farms. And they.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're big enough because they supply Walmart and other companies like that also. So they have the privilege of having handpicked their stuff from their own farm to ship to you. It's not stuff that's secondhand down the line somewhere that is passed off as good fresh meat.
So when we come to Caribbean Sunshine Bakery, to me, I see it's a restaurant. It's an experience. It grabbed me. When I went to the restaurant, I was walking everywhere. I went even right at the back. That's how I noticed that you are preparing to have private dining and so forth, private booths as well that are there. So what we're saying is, it's not just a place of food. It's an experience. It's the ambience that you're paying for as well. Apart from the food being prepared with high standards, good quality ingredients as well, fresh right from the beginning, and right to your table. So I know that when we went to Capitol Grill, we paid.
Yes. We
paid.
We're not that high end type restaurant. We supply good food and plenty of it actually at a good, reasonable, consumer friendly price.
Yeah.
As far as the industry is concerned, I'm usually behind on my price increases. We usually try to stand as much of the loss as possible before we have to raise our prices. And our prices on the menu right now reflect prices from a year and a half ago.
Wow.
That's how long we haven't raised our prices, yeah.
You know what we did? We have been visiting you, and we've been watching, and we've been coming to your restaurant, and everyone is so wonderful. When we go to businesses that are owned, by us. The service there can be compromised at times, But I found that going there, oh man, everyone was willing to help. Everyone was just being so friendly, and it's a good atmosphere. Even to take the children, even to a night out, with the entire family. It's a good place to be. But when I arrived here, I didn't know much about Spanish foods. So my husband took me around to some places where you go, and they've got the rice and
arroz con pollo.
Yeah, and all that, and it was cheap, very, very cheap. And when we came to your restaurant and we looked at it, we thought, wow, it's almost double the amount from the other Spanish outlets. But obviously, as you are saying, you're in a different catchment, I think, of clientele altogether. What you're bringing in, even some of your ingredients, I looked at it and I was thinking, the spices and everything else, this is what, my mom and my dad would use at home, you see. So as we're talking about nutrition, right, and food, and right now, on Women, Wisdom, and the Word, and even in the church, we're looking at our health. We're looking at the biggest loser. We want to lose weight, and we're looking at our family, even preparation of food, the best way to do it in a healthy way. Dr. Peter, just talk to us about that, preparing.
You'd have to call me doctor.
Do you know what? I think we need to.
Okay.
I really think we need to recognize our own.
20 years, you've done something in the community, and achieve something that a lot of us will go in to business and might have dropped it after 2 or 3 years. So you earned the right for the doctor.
And I think
so the doctor's in.
Yeah, the doctor's in. We are. And also what is so pivotal and it just grabbed me is that you are a face that we can look at and I can make it. If he did it, so can I. We can do this.
Yes.
You see. So, you know.
It's all about determination and perseverance. If a lot of you don't know my background, some people do, but I started out, of course, at the Silver Star store, you know, back then.
Yes, I remember them.
And back then we were only a bakery. We only did the baked goods, the beef patties and the breads and the cocoa breads and the pastries and stuff like that. It was by demand that I kind of evolved into a restaurant because people started asking for jerk chicken. So I said, okay, we'll do jerk chicken. I can do jerk chicken. Then, you know, they started asking for other menu items like oxtail and, you know, jerked stewed chicken and stuff like that. So we, over the years, evolved into Caribbean Sunshine Bakery and Restaurant. But we've still kept the high standards. There are times when we went through some trial and error periods, you know, but with people, I usually try to hire people who are smarter than me and know a little bit more than me and have more experience than me, and have those people around me for, you know, I'm always open for advice and, you know, input from whatever suggestions they can give me. Ultimately, I make the final decision on everything, but, you know, it's nice to have people who are in the know and they know a little bit more. So we all help each other that way.
And I know one of your greatest principles, he's always giving back. And that's what the words say, you know, give and it shall be
given back to you.
You know, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall men give unto your bosom. So in him practicing that, and I can speak personally because you have sponsored some stuff that we've done, you know, and he has never turned you away, you know, even if he has to give you a case of patties, he's going to give you something, you know, so that's, I think, well, that shows where the success comes in.
Yes.
You know, he's practicing principles of the word.
That's right. And it was amazing to see the day that you were being honored. That was my first time to ever hear of you.
Yes.
But I had visited your restaurant before.
Right.
But I had no clue who you were.
A lot of people said
so. So I just sat there and I listened and I looked at you and said, wow, he's done all that. You know, and the place was packed. The place was absolutely packed.
Now, is it like that in Winter Garden?
No, Winter Garden is our newest store. Apart from the Soul Fold, that's our newest full-size store. And it's way out on the west side. And it's a different market out there, so it's not as busy as the other stores yet.
Okay.
It's
so
only
some
been
Jamaicans out there, they need to...
Oh, yeah.
Winter Garden, you hear that?
Now, getting back to nutrition and how food is being prepared, particularly in your restaurant. You know, just tell us a little bit more about that. I hear you're the chief chef there, and I like what you just said, that you employ people that have a little bit more than you know, more know-how in food preparation, I guess, and all that. And I think it has gone to enhance, whatever you do. So talk to us a little bit more about that.
Okay, well, like I said, we do everything from scratch.
Okay.
We get the raw material in and we prepare it ourselves. Out of the chicken and meat products, we try to trim as much fat and skin off of it as possible. We leave some, of course, because some people want it. But especially like the oxtail, which is very fatty, in case you have noticed, but we try to trim as much off as possible. We try not to compromise, quality for price or quantity. So we try to keep our standards high, and one of the reasons I employ people more educated than me, because they might know something about a certain thing that I don't, and it's all a balance. And we have our standards that's been implanted in pretty much everybody when they come in for training, and we try to uphold those every day. We have supervisors here and there that make sure everything is going on par, especially when I'm not there.
Wow.
And we do. I do refresh myself every so often, whether online or seminar or something, to know what's going on in the industry, go to food shows, whatever possible ways there are to get educated more about the things I'm doing in my market. I try to obtain that, and a lot of things I've learned over the past, a good variety of food products, not just say I'm going to buy oxtail every day or I'm going to buy jerk chicken every day.
Okay.
It's everything in moderation, pretty much.
Okay.
You can't eat too much rice and peas, of course. You can't eat too much starchy products. You have to balance it out with a good vegetable. That's why all our meals come with a starch, a meat, and a vegetable.
Okay.
You have options to do without this or do without that, but that's our standard meal package. Meat, a starch, and vegetable.
So really,
I was going to ask about the starches. Now, what is so important about starches when it comes to our health?
Well, some people work out a lot. They need the carbs. For you probably don't need it, so you can have the option of having only vegetable. We have a couple selections of vegetable. We can do either steamed vegetable or the raw salad. And even with the soul food side now, we have collard greens and all those other things that you can opt for. Mixed vegetables, corn. There's a lot of things that we offer.
So what do the starches do exactly?
It's basically it goes right to your what you're sitting down on.
So today, today when you prepare lunch for Pastor Bridget and Pastor Taylor, make sure you give them lots of rice, okay?
No.
Let me tell you what she's trying to do. Okay, she's cheating. We're having the Biggest Loser. So she's making sure that we get all the fatty stuff.
Yes.
So we can get. Don't do that. Don't follow her.
Wow. I'll take care of you guys when you come down there. But yeah, another way to mix it up. Some people don't like the vegetables per se. So what we offer is juices. We have smoothies and juices that you can do.
How healthy are those? Are they not
very
really fattening?
No, very healthy. You can actually survive on a fruit smoothie each day if you want.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a thing called a protein powder that you put in there. That's a substitute for meat. So you don't have to consume any meat at all. I haven't eaten meat since 1998.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I eat chicken, poultry and fish, but no red meat.
I stopped in 2000.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't miss it.
None at all.
Not at all. I don't miss it. People come in there all the time and ask me, "Hey, you've been here working for a long time. How come you still look like this?" And I told them, I just smile and say,
So no
I work
oxtails for you?
No oxtails.
Oh man.
I think the biggest.
I will taste it. But I won't consume it. I won't.
For me, it's starch.
No, you just no. Oh no.
Just burst your bubble.
There's nothing wrong with eating meat. It's biblical. You can eat, everything is clean, but it's moderation. Like I said, you balance it out with fish sometimes, and you change it up,
and the digesting.
Yes, it does affect the digestive system.
But what you have to do to combat that, a lot of vegetables, and just a lot of vegetables. And the main thing about vegetables, a lot of people don't know, they have this thing called organic vegetables now, which is what vegetables used to be a long time ago before they found a way to mass produce pretty much everything.
Could we just purchase some organic collard greens?
Yes,
we did, yes.
That's very good for you.
Pumpkin leaves.
It's a little bit more pricey than the rest of stuff. Yes. But the reason why everything else is so cheap is because they found ways to artificially, make it more.
Yes.
At a cheaper cost.
So you're staying with the original.
There are we can't buy everything organic, and I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago I had the veggie shop on 50 West Colonial Drive, the drive-through. That was totally organic, but the market wasn't ready for that yet, at least not in that area. So consequently, I had to close it down. But basically, that was the idea, making it 100% organic, 100% good for you. We use a lot of soy products and a lot of fruit juice. We had a juice bar dedicated to just making good juices.
I didn't see that juice bar.
That juice bar is right there in front.
I guess there's so much going on, Pastor, that you just couldn't catch everything.
My eyes were everywhere.
But remember, we have a dinner for 4, so we're going to catch everything today. We're going to take pictures.
Talking about organic vegetables, this weekend we had an opportunity, someone who came from Atlanta, and they've got a garden and they've been growing vegetables and so forth. And so she came with a box full of them. But the thing that was interesting, is the difference of how half vegetable looked like. If you looked at the leaves of those vegetables and the ones that are in Walmart they're huge. I'd never seen
store.
Oh, sorry, the other grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear that, Central Florida.
That place.
That place, yes. That place, yes. Strange how we can say the good things, but we can't say anything else that's negative. Oh, Lord.
But
anyway,
yeah.
She had they were small.
Right.
In size, natural. The leaf itself was small.
True.
Because it's natural.
Yeah, because it was not.
Wow.
I
didn't notice that.
Yeah, did you?
I'm
did.
just realizing.
They were like my hand.
Yes.
The leaves were like
everything is
as big as my hand.
Remember. They're putting additives.
Hormones.
And they're putting,
fertilizers.
Especially in the meat.
Yeah, meat,
and
everything.
The stems, which much smaller.
Oh,
yeah. Did you notice?
Because someone asked about the stem. They said, "Where's the rest of the stem?"
Yes.
Someone said, "Where's the rest of the stem?"
Yeah, because we're used to seeing this huge, massive,
that's the reason why you see kids nowadays. They're outgrowing their parents. They're supersized, pretty much.
My grandson is 11, and he's taller than me.
Yeah, that's what they consume. All those things. You can't cook them out of the products. There's no way you can cook them out.
And then
it stays inside them, and then we ingest them.
You mean we cannot cook them out?
No chemical. You can't cook chemicals out.
Really?
No. I've learned that.
And we're eating that. And we talked about childhood obesity last week.
That's right.
And we wonder why we have these problems with obesity, with the illnesses and sicknesses that we do. A lot of it comes from the food that we're eating.
It's not just obesity. I mean, people still exercise, but they don't realize that the stuff that goes into their body, there's a long time for it to come out. And it doesn't really come out because it goes into the blood system, and it becomes a part of you. And over the years, I don't know who hasn't realized it, but cancer has been kind of
it's on the rise.
Exactly.
Every kind of cancer.
Every kind of cancer, and this is the same reason.
And some of the things that we've never ever heard of. Now, we're hearing there's a cancer of this, and I mean of everything, every part of your body. You see, you've said something that we hadn't touched on concerning the vegetables, the what we buy, and my thing was it's too expensive for me to go and buy.
People talk about that all the time. It's too expensive, especially organics.
Yes,
they're expensive, but it's easier and better for you to pay the price for that product than to have to pay the price, have to go into the doctor, pay your medical bills, time off of work. Those expenses are a lot greater than the couple dollars more that you're going to spend on the natural stuff.
There's a very popular fast food chain that we all eat at, and their potatoes that they make their fries from are not grown in dirt.
Where is
the
it grown?
Potatoes are grown in a chemical. It's a powdery substance. It's not dirt.
Stay away from those things.
Really?
Yes.
Now,
basically what they're trying to say is God didn't know what he was doing. So they're trying to find ways to do it better.
To make a perfect potato.
Yeah. No, he can never do that.
When my grandmother was living back, she used to always have her orange tree, grapefruit tree, her SARS. I mean, everything was in her backyard. She just, and we're in Florida, we could do that. I remember when I purchased my first home, I have about 1 acre of land, and I told my daughter, please don't let your grandmother in my backyard. If you see her with a tree in her hand, but now I appreciate it.
Yes.
I wish I had that land because it's time.
What you've just said has blown my mind. You cannot cook those chemicals out of the food. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. And it will stay in your system as well. It's a process. It will take a long time for it to actually be flushed out. And I'm just thinking, what does it take for it to get flushed out anyway?
You can detoxify yourself. There's a lot of antioxidants that you can buy from the health food, not even from the health food store. There's Whole Foods and even Walmart, as you mentioned before. They have an organic section of fruits and vegetables now, and a lot of other grocery stores are jumping on the same bandwagon. And on the rise, if you haven't noticed either, there's a lot of vegetable stands that are popping up, and they're making farmers market. They're making a good comeback because people are realizing, little by little, that these things are better for them, especially locally grown fruits and vegetables, because the ones that are from out of state or from Mexico or whatever, they pick them and they have to either spray them with some kind of chemical to keep them preserved for a period of time.
Okay.
And then when they get to their destination, they actually spray them again with something so they can speed up the ripening process or whatever it is, you know, especially with bananas.
That is so enlightening.
Yeah. There's any fruit that you can actually eat the skin, you know, like a strawberry or a grape or stuff like that. You have to make sure those things are organic. You know, even washing them in vegetable wash doesn't get the chemicals off of them a lot of times. Yeah. So like bananas are okay because you have to peel the skin off, and oranges you have to peel the skin off. So those are okay items not to be organic, but items that you eat the skin actually, you know, make sure those things are organic because you're consuming those chemicals.
Wow.
Wow. We've learned a lot.
I have learned something about, you know, what I've been talking about. It's too expensive.
Yes.
It's too expensive. And I think everyone who's ever come on the show to talk about food is been the same thing. You need to invest in your health because.
But do you notice how food is the good one is expensive, but the bad one
it's cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah, they found a way to make it cheap.
Yeah. Because I think they're catering to the masses.
Exactly.
And also catering to that section of the community that, you know, they are not so financially, you know, stable. Someone said to me, if you notice, when you go to certain affluent areas, you won't find certain restaurants there.
That's true.
But when you come to communities where, you know, how can I put it?
More urban communities.
Yeah, urban communities. Then you will find that the fast food restaurants, and there's a greater concentration of such restaurants.
Wow.
And it's basically goes back to what you were saying earlier about the pot, you know, keeping the pot uncovered because they will keep each other down.
So it's for us to speak up and demand better restaurants and better things in our community.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, be prepared to pay for it. Because this is, I wasn't prepared. Honestly, before we started this show on nutrition, I wasn't prepared to pay more expensive, you know, food items. Because I've got
you're gonna
boys.
pay for it one way or the other.
This is what I'm getting to know.
Yeah.
You know, I was my view on this is that I've got boys, you know, and my house is always full of boys. You know, I can have 5, 6, you know, 4 teenagers.
And boys can eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Peter, before we go, I want to mention that you are having the Caribbean Sunshine Bakery 20 years anniversary. September 3rd, 2012, from 12 to 8 p.m. That's a long time. I know I'm going to have my umbrella.
Are you all invited?
Festival Field. At the
Citrus Bowl
in downtown, and we are invited.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
Everyone.
You can pick up your tickets at the store.
Okay. And he told me a special guest, but we won't say that guest until you confirm that guest. We can say it?
Yeah, we can. Stitches. Yeah.
Stitchy? And the other person.
Oh, well, not yet.
We can't say that yet.
Yeah. Maybe next year. By next week. Yeah, but Stitchy will be there. It's our 20th anniversary celebration, Labor Day Monday.
Labor Day?
Yes, it's a day. Everybody's off. School is out.
Yes.
Come out and have fun. It's an all-day thing. It's packed with entertainment. We have a kids' corner with bouncy castles and music and food and fun. And I mean, it's going to be a tremendous. Car shows for people. We have gospel singers. We have local gospel artists. Shuntai, like I said, Lieutenant Chichi is the main guy. Yeah. Lady from Aisha from Disney Radio is going to be there. Okay. We have a couple of secular artists also, and I can't fail to mention DJ Kevy Kev.
Party.
It's a big party.
Kevin's coming.
Yeah, Kevy Kev's going to be there. Oh yeah, he's going to be there.
Okay.
95.3 is going to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And, we have to get 95.9 now. You know, we'll just put it out there. WOKB will be out there too. We're going to be out there. We're going to party with the festival, you know, of Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. Now, before we go, I just want to correct. Sovereign World Vacations. That's Sovereign World Vacations. 407-219-0459 or 407-219-6499. Contact Minister Leslie if you want a vacation home. His email address is wersovereign@gmail.com. This is another segment of Women, Wisdom, and the Word. And you remember, you can never overdose
on wisdom.
God bless.